Welcome to the Action Hero Podcast, the only show that fuels your need for awesome stories and epic showdowns.
That's right.
We're serving up a fresh batch of action-packed narratives every single day.
So make sure you hit that follow button.
To join the adventure.
Yeah.
I'm Adrian, your guide to all things action-packed.
And I'm Julia, here to break down the coolest parts of today's story.
Get ready for a wild ride, because today we're exploring a world of gears, gadgets, and a whole lot of heart.
Literally.
Literally.
Buckle up, because things are about to get interesting.
So imagine this. You're Theo.
Okay.
A teenager who's way more into tinkering with robots than hanging out with the so-called cool kids.
Right.
Life feels like a bit of a junkyard, right?
It does, doesn't it? But Theo has a secret weapon up his sleeve. The spark engine.
And this isn't just any invention.
No.
This thing can bring anything to life.
Really?
From rusty old clockwork dogs to discarded music boxes.
What I find so intriguing here is that Theo's inventions, especially his trusty clockwork dog, Rusty, become his unlikely protectors against the school bullies.
Interesting.
It's a fresh take on the classic underdog story, powered by a healthy dose of technology.
Right. But all this attention on Theo and his amazing inventions attracts some unwanted eyes.
Like who?
A sinister corporation. They see dollar signs.
Oh, no.
And weapons potential in Theo's creations.
Oh.
And they're not going to let anything get in their way.
Really?
Talk about a classic good versus evil showdown.
This is where things get really interesting.
Yeah.
Theo's forced to make a choice. Hand over his inventions to this corporate giant or fight for what he believes in.
Wow.
It really makes you think about what happens when creativity and innovation clash with corporate greed.
Right.
What would you do if you were in his shoes?
Theo's a fighter, so obviously he chooses to fight back. We're talking a wild escape filled with malfunctioning toys turned into unlikely heroes.
Wow, that's so cool.
And it's not your typical superhero showdown.
Okay.
This is a story about taking what others see as junk and turning it into something extraordinary.
That's amazing.
Theo doesn't have superpowers or fancy gadgets. He has his ingenuity and a bunch of misfit toys.
So he's like a make-do hero.
Exactly. It's like he's saying you don't need supernatural abilities to be a hero.
Right.
You just need the courage to stand up for what you believe in.
And his courage is contagious.
Yes.
Even his toys end up reflecting this bravery.
It's interesting.
They're not just mindless creations, they're an extension of Theo's spirit.
Yes.
Each one is unique, flawed, and absolutely hilarious to watch.
I know, right? They add this whole other layer of comedy to the story. That's just brilliant.
Absolutely. But the story throws us a curveball.
Oh, no.
The corporation labels Theo a mad scientist, which makes us question, is he really?
I was wondering that too. It plays with the mad scientist trope, but Theo's intentions are clearly pure.
Okay.
He's not trying to take over the world or anything.
Right.
He just wants to protect his creations and use his inventions for good.
And that's what makes him such a compelling character.
Right.
He's complex, driven, and at his core, just a good kid with incredible talent.
Right. And he's not alone in this fight.
No.
Don't forget Rusty, the clockwork dog.
Oh, right?
He becomes Theo's loyal companion and protector.
Yeah.
It really highlights the unique bond that can form between a creator and their creation.
Absolutely.
What did you say?
You hit the nail on the head there.
Yes.
It's not just a boy and his pet story.
Right.
Rusty is symbolic of Theo's ingenuity and his yearning for connection.
Oh.
Their relationship adds a depth of emotion to the narrative,
That's beautiful.
reminding us that even when faced with danger, there's always space for love and loyalty.
I love how the story balances these heartwarming moments with the action.
Me too.
But we're left on a bit of a cliffhanger here. What happens next for Theo and his quirky crew?
Oh, no.
Will they defeat the evil corporation?
That's the big question, isn't it? It's a classic cliffhanger ending that leaves you on the edge of your seat,
Oh, yeah.
desperate to know what happens next.
It certainly does.
Yeah.
So what do you think, listeners? Is Theo a misunderstood hero? Or does he have a touch of mad scientist in him?
He definitely has a unique way of approaching things, that's for sure.
Okay.
But one thing's certain. Theo's got guts, ingenuity, and a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Even if it's powered by gears.
I like that.
I know, right? Welcome back to the Action Hero Podcast. We're right in the thick of things.
Yes, we go.
Discussing Heart of Cogs.
That's right.
The story of Theo.
Uh-huh.
The teenage inventor whose spark engine brings his creations to life.
I love this story.
We've been exploring a world of unlikely heroes,
Yes.
corporate greed, and the incredible power of imagination.
All very important things.
And just before we took a pause,
Yes.
we were discussing that heart-stopping cliffhanger ending.
Oh, right, yeah.
You know, the one where Theo and his amazing crew
find themselves on the run from that shady corporation.
That's right. But it's more than just an exciting chase scene.
Right.
This escape raises a crucial question.
Okay.
What does it all mean for us, the listeners?
What do you think?
What can we take away from Theo's thrilling adventure?
It's a great question. And for me, one of those powerful messages is that anyone can be a hero.
I agree.
You don't need superpowers.
Right.
Or a high-tech suit.
I like that.
Theo shows us that all you need is courage, a creative mind, and a willingness to fight for what you believe in.
I couldn't agree more. Theo's journey is a reminder that the potential for heroism lies within each of us.
So true.
It's about identifying your own unique strengths.
Okay.
And using them to conquer whatever challenges life throws at you.
And it's not just about individual heroism. It's about the incredible strength we find in community.
Yes.
Theo's crew of misfit toys.
I love them.
They're the perfect example.
They might be a bunch of malfunctioning robots and rickety contraptions.
Right.
But they have each other's backs.
That's so important.
And that's what makes them a force to be reckoned with.
What's fascinating to me is that each of these toys has its own distinct personality and abilities.
I agree.
They're not just background noise.
No.
They're fully realized characters with motivations and quirks.
Yeah.
Which makes them even more endearing and relatable.
It's as if they each embody a different piece of Theo's personality and creativity.
Yes.
Like they're a living, breathing example.
That's a good way to put it.
Of what it means to embrace our individuality and discover strength in those things that make us different.
That's such a great point. And speaking of differences, we can't forget about the corporation that's chasing Theo.
Oh, right.
They represent the forces of conformity and control that so often try to crush creativity and innovative thinking.
Right. They're the classic villains in this story.
Yes.
They can only see profit margins. And power plays.
Yeah.
Completely oblivious to the beauty and wonder behind Theo's inventions.
And so sad.
They just want to exploit his creativity for their own gain.
It's true.
Stripping away the heart and soul he poured into his work.
It's a cautionary tale about the dangers of unchecked corporate greed.
Absolutely.
And why it's so vital to protect creative freedom.
So true.
Theo's fight isn't just about himself.
Right.
It's about the right of all creators.
Yes.
To follow their passions without fear of being taken advantage of.
And that's a fight we should all be invested in.
Yes. But amidst all this action and drama,
oh, right.
Let's not forget the amazing humor woven into this adventure. Theo's malfunctioning toys provide a constant stream of comic relief.
I love them.
They're a good reminder not to take ourselves too seriously.
So true.
Even when the stakes are high.
It's truly a masterful blend of heart-stopping action.
I agree.
And lighthearted humor. This balance keeps the story engaging and entertaining.
Yes.
Even in the most intense moments.
Right. And speaking of entertaining.
Okay.
I can't help but imagine what a movie adaptation of Heart of Cogs would look like.
Oh, that would be amazing.
Just imagine the amazing visuals.
Oh, I know. Those special effects would be epic.
Right.
Those pint-sized powerhouses battling corporate goons.
I don't know, I could see it.
Sparks flying everywhere.
Yes.
Gears grinding.
It would be visually stunning.
Absolutely. But casting would be key.
Okay.
Who could play Theo?
That's a good question.
We'd need someone who could capture his vulnerability, his determination, and that spark of genius behind his eyes.
Right.
Someone who could truly convince us of the power of imagination.
That's a tough one. But whoever they cast, I'm already buying my ticket.
Me too.
But for now, let's get back to the story itself.
Okay.
There's still so much to uncover.
You're right. And one element that keeps coming back to me is the music box.
Oh, yeah, the music box.
It's not just a random toy.
Yeah.
It's a symbol of Theo's connection to his late father.
It's such a poignant detail, isn't it?
Yes.
The music box represents his past, his family history, and the very inspiration that ignited his passion for invention.
Right.
It's as if he's not only trying to bring the music box back to life, but a part of his father as well.
Exactly. And in a way, the music box is also a powerful symbol of hope.
I love that.
Even though it's broken and discarded, just like so many of his creations, Theo finds a way to breathe life back into it.
Yes.
It's a powerful metaphor for the resilience of the human spirit.
So true.
And our ability to find beauty and meaning in the most unexpected places.
That's a beautiful way to put it.
And that leads us to another important theme.
Okay.
The idea of second chances.
That's a good one.
Theo breathes new life into all these forgotten, discarded toys.
Yes.
Transforming them from junk into something extraordinary.
It's like he sees value and purpose where others see only trash.
Exactly.
What a powerful message.
It really is. And it's not just about giving the toys a second chance.
Oh, okay.
It's about Theo giving himself a second chance.
I like that.
He's been bullied and pushed aside.
Yeah.
But through his inventions, he finds a way to express himself.
Yes.
And connect with the world in a way that feels authentic to him.
He's not just building robots.
Right.
He's building his own confidence.
I agree.
His sense of self-worth. And a place where he truly belongs.
That's beautiful.
And that's something we can all connect with, no matter what our background or age.
Absolutely. Heart of Cogs is a story that speaks to us on so many levels.
So true.
It's about finding your voice, embracing those qualities that make you unique, and fighting for what you believe in.
I agree.
Even when the odds are stacked against you.
It's a story that reminds us we all have the power to make a difference.
Absolutely.
No matter how small or insignificant we might feel.
And that's a message worth shouting from the rooftops.
Yes.
But before we get too deep into the feels, let's bring it back to the action.
You got it.
We've got an evil corporation to take down, a world to save, and a whole lot of gears to grind.
Welcome back to the Action Hero Podcast. We're in the final stretch of our exploration of Heart of Cogs, and trust me, this is a finale you won't want to miss.
We've uncovered some truly fascinating layers of this story, haven't we?
We have.
We've explored themes of heroism,
yes,
creativity, and the strength we find in community.
We've laughed along with Theo's wonderfully unpredictable toys.
They're so funny.
And been blown away by his incredible ingenuity.
It's really inspiring.
But now it's time to face the biggest question of all.
Okay.
What happens next? Remember, the story leaves us on a cliffhanger, with Theo and his crew racing against time.
I know. I can't stand the suspense.
To escape the clutches of that relentless corporation.
Right.
So let's put on our thinking caps and consider the possibilities. What do you think lies ahead for Theo and his crew? Do they manage to outrun the corporation's grasp?
Well, one thing's for certain.
Okay.
Theo's journey has only just begun. He's sparked something, not just in his inventions, but in the hearts of those who believe in him.
I agree.
He's shown us that even a seemingly ordinary teenager can stand up to powerful forces and make a real difference.
You're absolutely right. And he's not alone in this fight.
He's not.
He's got Rusty, the ever-loyal clockwork dog, and a whole army of quirky and unpredictable toys ready to back him up every step of the way.
They're quite the team.
I envision them continuing on this incredible adventure.
Oh, like what?
Perhaps even inspiring other young inventors and those who feel like they don't fit in. Imagine a whole network of tinkerers spread across the world, using their creations to fight for good.
That's an incredible thought. A secret society of creators and doers, united by their passion for innovation and their belief in a better world.
They could become a real force for change-tackling problems. Head-on, righting wrongs, and bringing joy to those in need, all through their incredible inventions.
That's a future I can definitely get behind. But we can't forget about the corporation.
Oh yeah, they're still out there.
They're not going to just fade into the background.
Right.
They'll be relentless in their pursuit of Theo and his inventions.
True. But I think they vastly underestimated Theo's resourcefulness and his sheer determination.
I think you're right.
But they're dealing with a level of chaos they never could have anticipated. Malfunctioning toys can be quite unpredictable.
That they are. I can just picture the corporation's board meetings right now, trying to figure out how a bunch of wind-up toys manage to outsmart their highly trained security teams.
Can you imagine the frustration?
Oh, I bet it's hilarious.
I can just see the CEO fuming as a toy soldier marches across his desk, blowing a victory fanfare on a tiny trumpet.
That's priceless. But on a more serious note, I truly believe Heart of Cogs has the potential to become a classic in the action genre. It has all the right ingredients.
Like what?
High stakes.
Yeah.
Thrilling chase scenes and a cast of characters we won't soon forget.
And it's so clever in the way it flips our expectations on their head.
How so?
We're used to seeing superheroes with supernatural abilities.
Right.
But Theo's power lies in his boundless imagination.
It's true.
He's relatable, flawed, and incredibly captivating.
And Theo's story is a great reminder that heroism isn't about capes and superpowers.
Absolutely.
It's about the choices we make and the actions we take.
Right.
It's about standing up for what you believe in.
I agree.
Even when it's difficult.
Exactly. It's about finding that spark within yourself and using it to ignite something greater than yourself, something that can change the world.
So well said. So tell me, if you could bring any object to life,
Okay.
what would it be, and what kind of adventures would you embark on?
That's a tough one. I'll have to think about that. But for now, we want to hear from you listeners.
Let us know in the comments what object you'd bring to life and what amazing adventures you would have.
And don't forget to rate and follow for more epic action hero stories delivered daily. Until next time, stay awesome.